Outside of the oasis known as Las Vegas sits an arid land called the desert. Few tourists have experienced these parts because they rarely take the time to step out of the casinos. Today, we'll explore these parts, as well as interact with a few Karens on The Planet Traveler. It's early in the morning, and it's a great day to explore some of the mountains situated outside the city of Las Vegas. My hike started out at Clark County Wetlands Park, but I wasn't staying in the park. I headed for the hills because that's where the cool stuff was. The trail started with a moderate uphill climb, which is nothing for the average fitness junkie. But for me, I started to heat up fast. I had to shed a few layers. The trail was littered with amazing views. I took a sec to enjoy the view and quickly moved on. More ascents were in store for me. With another incredible view before me, I figured it was a good time to take another quick break. I could see Las Vegas off in the distance. To my left was the closest thing we had to a river in Las Vegas. The water was all reclaimed. As I got closer to the summit, I found myself surrounded by astonishing views in all directions. As I reached the peak, the trail began to narrow, and that's when I got my first glimpse of a Karen off in the distance. She was a ways away, but I could tell she was sizable. And whoever chose to build this Karen at this location chose one of the most epic places to build because you could see everything from here. The ledge I had to walk on was a bit narrow, but easily doable, and I don't have the best balance. I could tell that this Karen was huge. It made me wonder how long it took to get as big as it was. This Karen had to be at least 10 feet high. This was something that I did not expect to see here. And it was only after I stopped admiring it that I noticed that just a few meters away was an even bigger Karen. Of course, I had to get a closer look, so I made my way towards the massive structure. Once I got to the Karen, I could see that the structure was more sophisticated than the last. This one had supports. Clearly, this was a work in progress. I was astonished by the amount of work that went into erecting the Karen. I suddenly felt a sense of responsibility to do my part, no matter how small. Now that I had made my contribution, I was out. The trail seemed to go on forever, and off in the distance, I could see even more Karens. I was eager to see if those were equally as large. You could see all of the valley, and as I moved closer, it became more and more questionable whether I would reach the other cairns. It quickly became apparent that I was on a cliff that was about to dead end. To continue on, I would have had to somehow scramble down the loose rocks, which did not look appealing at all. So instead, I sat down, had lunch, and enjoyed the view.